You are live.
I am live.
Birthday girl.
Birthday girl. Happy birthday to me, but actually happy birthday to everyone that is near me because I love to spend my birthday with sharing it with people that are involved with my mission and alignment. So we're doing Tony Robbins Business Mastery this week at my house. I'm really excited, but I'm here with Tuesday, and I'm here with all of my horses, and I'm here with Mackenzie, and I just want to tell a little bit about like the origin story, if you will, because a lot of times people don't really know like where I came from, or they say, "Oh, look, she has all these horses, she has all these beautiful things." They don't know that I was homeless and broke, and lost my brother to a drug overdose, and been really criticized and ostracized from different communities as I built this. And sweetheart. And they say, David Goggins says something really beautiful. He goes, "Why worry about when it's going to end when you know it's going to end?" And that really reminds you to, even when you're in the pain, to be in the present moment. And I'm standing here with Tuesday, and I want to tell a little bit about each one of these guys and how special they are to me. She's 10. She just got her teeth done yesterday, and she was an orphan, which happens a lot of times with these little guys because they're so cute. We want to cuddle them, but it's like picking up a baby bird. They may not come out of the nest very well. So, and they're be accepted by the mother, which I'm not saying this happened with her, but she was rejected by her mother, and so we took her in. I've had her for a while, and she pulled the carts. She has done some really incredible things, including a situation where I had an amputee veteran that was a combat vet, and he was terrified of horses, and we had the situation where he had the opportunity to drive her in her cart, and he was pulling her, and he was for the first time mobile without having to ask someone else for help. So those kinds of things are why I do what I do. And now he loves her, and she is always there to help him heal. And working with people who, like one of my clients came and had an experience with Dante. And because now she had that experience with Dante, knows how to deal with her son's teacher who claims he has ADHD, right? Trying to label her son when actually he's a Dante, which takes me over to the Dante. And Dante is just like this incredible soul. He is 22 years old. He has been my greatest teacher. We jokingly call him my 1,200-pound Tony Robbins because he's never met a stranger. He just has this huge heart and kind of tends to love you with a 2x4. So he's had a lot of trauma. I've had him for about 18 years. And he's really finally coming into this space where he can express himself in a healthy way. Because he was my first horse. And trust me when I say, I woke up one day and I said, if this is horses, I don't know if I can do it. Because he was so dangerous. He was picking me up with his teeth and throwing me on the ground. It was awful. And so he doesn't even like me to tell this story, but he had a really traumatic time when he was young where someone had wrapped, he has scars here from where people had wrapped copper wiring around his face. Someone hit him where he's got a scar here where someone hit him in the head with a shovel so hard it knocked him out. I mean, has had a lot of trauma when he was very young, but he's been with me for a long time. And he has been my greatest teacher. He's taught me how to be resilient, how to have boundaries. Who here would like to have better boundaries and be able to be compassionate with those boundaries? I think boundaries is, if I were to say one thing, and certainty. Just being so certain in what you are trying to communicate that not even a Dante could take you off your path. So he's my oldest horse. He's my first horse. He's 22 years old, and I love him. I love him so much. So all of my horses have some sort of rescue story, and that brings me to Maverick, who was born in France. He was raced till he was almost 11, which is really long in the racing industry. Maverick. And he was raced or even at Churchill Downs. Won more money than Seabiscuit. And then they just sent him to a rescue. Like, God forbid they actually take care of these animals after they're, not everybody can be Tom Brady, right? He agrees. But he is here now. It took me about 9 months before I was actually had his permission to do anything other than what we call the Ho'oponopono prayer. So anytime anyone would come into the barn, here, let's come over here. Dante's still yawning. Such a beautiful energy in the barn. And the Maverick, he's very shy, obviously. Unlike Dante, who we call the greeter, he's very shy. You want to come over and say hi? You can. It's okay. So it was a lot of, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, thank you. Look how gently he takes it. Dante's like, give me the cookie. Matt's like, oh, is it okay? Like, just such a different personality. You can almost feel it through the camera, how soft and easygoing this guy is, and how much of a nurturing, caring soul he is. And he's telling me now, after me not even being able to touch his face, he now tells me when he wants he wants his ears scratched or, different things. And he's starting to come out of the shell, right? So he's my sovereign, he's my king, and he is just one of the most beautiful souls you'll ever meet. Now wait, he's gonna squeal here in a minute, please stick around if you want. You can't help it, you little instigator. And so he's with us for life, these are all wonders. And don't worry, stay till the end, I have something, I guess I want to give to all of you a few announcements. Anyway, moving on. Bella and Tuesday, they share a stall when they have to, which is rare, because she just free ranges. She runs around naked without her diaper. So she's here, and then we have Miss Bella, who was found starving in a field with 11 other horses and stallions, so she's got a lot of half-brothers and sisters, but she's my little femme fatale, very much like me, kind of not very focused, kind of has shiny penny syndrome and all over the place, but has brilliant ideas, and when she's focused, she is unstoppable. And she's focused on going out and eating grass and hanging out and having during your day. So I've had her for a long time. All of the horses I've had for a long time, especially this guy. And last but not least, come on, Chase. They call him your heart horse, like the one that is in your heart. Like for Mackenzie, she's behind the camera here, but Dante is like, that's her heart horse, right? So Trace is my heart horse, and he's an incredible soul. You're going to do some yoga for us this morning. You gotta say the magic password. Can you do it? Can you do it for us? Can you do your job? Come on, Trace. Can you do it? Sometimes he does, sometimes he doesn't. But maybe on your birthday, Mom. So I've had him for a long time. He's only 18 years almost, and he's the only one that's not technically a rescue, but he had 16 months, almost 18 months of rehab where he severed both tendons on his right front leg. Here's the squeal. One, there it is. So predictable, like brothers and sisters. But he's been a really incredible force in my life. He was the one thing that I kept through all of it. The one thing that didn't judge me, the one thing that I could look to and was like, he's just such a quiet old soul. And during those times of despair, sometimes we need to have that old soul, that rock where the waters run deep and you can get still and listen. I mean, they don't call me a horse whisperer because I whisper to the horses. They call me a horse whisperer because I listen to the whisper of the horse. And when I could get still and listen to what he was telling me, there was so much love and so much no judgment with these animals. They just are a mirror of how we show up. And if we show up in a way that is crazy love, they're going to give it to us. Where there is just that stillness and allow you to be present and in the moment and connect with this divine lightning rod to source and God. And nature in its finest form, they don't call it horsepower for nothing. And this horse here saved my life. And I don't mean that metaphorically, I mean it actually and literally. Because there was a time after my divorce and losing my brother, and Robin doing an intervention with me and cracked me open in front of thousands of people, that I said, what's left? What's left and who am I? Why am I nothing? Who should ever listen to anything I had to say? But he listened, and I listened to him. And every moment I spent with this animal gave me more and more confidence that what I had to say needed to be heard. And that there are more people out there like me that could benefit from individuals like him. And we tend to judge horses and each other on our body images, what we can do physically, and how we show up on what we can do and accomplish. But what we really want to do is just be, because we're human beings, not human doing. And we can just be and be still with these animals. We'll discover a piece of ourselves that can shed light on the gifts that we're meant to channel through Source so we can grow ourselves to serve others. And that's why I'm here. Because tens of thousands of these animals get shipped to slaughter every year. And everybody asks me, how do you work from 4 a.m. to midnight, Jen? How do you do that day after day? It's because I visualize that animal on a truck to Mexico to get his throat slit for human consumption, and that is not okay with me. And I'm sorry to be gross, but that's what speaks to my soul. Because I know that when we can start to see the power that's within us through the spirit of these animals, we'll start valuing them in a different way. Our civilizations were built on the backs of horses. They built our worlds. They plowed our fields. They fought our wars. They carried our families. And they're like the giving tree, right? She says, this giving tree wants you to give me a cookie. But they give you their hearts and their soul. And when they continue to pour into you, you realize that there's no end to it. And then you start seeing that in humans. And you can start seeing it in yourself. And you can start recognizing who you need to allow and attract into your life and have the boundaries and discernment of how to trust and know and love yourself at a level you will never experience with any other animal on the planet. They are nature in its finest form. And they have changed my life and the hundreds of people that have been here personally and the thousands of people that follow me and experience it digitally. So on my birthday, I have two things. I'm giving this gift to more people. I have decided to open my 501c3 nonprofit again. I did it several years ago, but I was like James Cameron trying to launch Avatar before the technology was there. I just didn't have it. And so that divine timing is now. Now that I have a team, there's people here now watching me, that we're going to enjoy this incredible experience in nature and have personal development and camaraderie and community and support and an ecosystem that's like topsoil. So I want to help more people. I want to help veterans. I want to help women from abusive situations, youth at risk, aging out foster kids, LGBTQ community. One of my volunteers one time judged me harshly when he said, who do you want to help? And I said, everyone. And he was like, oh, that's nice. And I said, I can, not because, and that God in me, man. I was like, and I will. Not just by myself, but by the seeds I plant and the systems I create and the things that can spread like wildfire to support this mission of saving horses and changing lives. So there's that. And the second thing is, for my birthday, I ask you, I implore you, I encourage you, and I hope that this inspires you to contribute to my fundraiser to get this off the ground so we can continue this mission. So that, and anyone that does, I will reach out to you personally and offer you an opportunity to come here and be here on site. Put your hands on these animals, and if you can't be here personally, I will give you a gift anyway. I will find a way to over-deliver, because is it okay if I over-deliver? Because that's who I am, it's how I serve, and that's my mission, to save horses and change lives. Because at Zynergen, we believe everyone deserves to have a life-transforming experience with a horse that maintains the dignity of the animal and raises the level of social consciousness worldwide. Thank you very much for listening. I'm Tim Zoe, and remember, believe in yourself. It will change your life.